Hello everybody, Gratzkul here, and it is time to ladder up! Which means you get to watch me make a fool out of myself in Starcraft 2 competitive ladder play. So, this series just started, and really I just wanted to capture the entire ladder experience. Specifically for two reasons. One, Starcraft just... Not only is it one of my favorite games to play, but it makes me rage like no other. And secondly, if anybody at all can learn from the horrible mistakes you are about to witness, then that's awesome. So it's kind of a 2-for-1 deal. One, you get to see me act like an idiot, and two, you get to learn what not to do. And you know, a lot of people have I guess maybe reservations or anxiety about playing on ladder for StarCraft 2, whether it be Wings of Liberty or Heart of the Swarm. And I just want to show everybody that you don't have to be MLG level pros to have fun on ladders, you know. I challenge you to go out there and give it a try. It's a blast, win or lose. It's more fun to win, but you know. And so I completely missed who I'm playing here, so this ought to be interesting. No idea what race, and we're on a big map, so it's gonna take me a while to find him. Now, if you were here for the last episode, I barely pulled out a win. I probably should have lost. I played like an absolute idiot. So we're gonna try to learn from a few of those mistakes from the last game, like don't supply block yourself, don't supply block yourself while you're chrono boosting, and never assume that your opponent knows what he's doing. I underestimated, or overestimated rather, the guy that I was playing, that he had all these crazy strategies, and it just wasn't the case. And so I was preparing for cheese when really I should have been just doing a standard open. And yet I want to reiterate that I really don't know any builds. I do know strategies and what to expect, but I don't know the specific build order. Like at a certain time I should be building a probe along with a gateway while chrono boosting something else. I don't know those timings. I don't have them memorized. It takes a lot to get to that point. So if you hear me talk about something, I may have an idea about it, but I don't know quite how to pull it off in the most efficient way. So just wanted to get that out in the open. So he's not on the near side. I'm not really sure what I want to open with. I guess that's really going to depend on who I'm playing. Zerg. And here's his fast expand. Okay. So I think I'm going to go for an aggressive gateway play to put pressure on the Zerg player. And I should have walled off my ramp, but I didn't, and he's got an early spawning pool, no gas, which isn't unusual. Okay, so I can expect some Zerglings coming my way. And supply blocked again, which I told myself I wasn't going to do. But easier said than done. And actually, I think... I'm going to do some early sentries as well. And that should help me expand quicker. Yeah, I want to put pressure on him with zealots. Sentries, mix in with some stalkers. And just keep that first expansion of his locked down. So every time I play Zerg, I swear they just run away from me. It doesn't matter what I do. I let their expansions live too long, they drone up, and it's game over. A lot of people say don't queue. Yeah, it's a waste of resources, but when you're as horrible as I am, and other new players, is probably helpful just so that you have probes going constantly. And until you're able to multitask and manage everything effectively. I really don't see any problems with it myself, but I'm about to be placed in the Silver League, so take it or leave it. It's just kind of something that I do. And again, I want to get a lot of sentries out early on. 3-gate. Sure, let's robo. I want to get a lot of sentries out early on because these force fields, one, will stop a lot of Zergling play. If he goes roaches relatively quickly. Again, I can split his force and last a little bit longer. Also, when I ultimately push on his base, I can force field the ramp and prevent his reinforcements from coming down to his natural. So about this time I'm going to start pushing out with a probe for a proxy pylon. Get a couple more zealots, and I'm supply blocked again at the worst time, right before a push. Cool. Now he's gonna have Zerglings here. Yep. I don't know if I can get here before he kills us off. Go, baby, go. Go. No. No. That's alright. Doesn't change at all what I'm about to do. Stop that creep spread. Ah, roaches. I really want to kill off these queens. That's a little bit too much. That will be alright. See, these force fields are huge. That hurts. But, alright, so he's got roaches. I'm going to go immortal. And I gotta keep putting pressure on, otherwise it's about to get ugly.
Cold is the void, state thy bidding.
Make sure that this little bugger here keeps an eye on things. And he doesn't have a whole lot of saturation on this base, which is really good. So he's probably pushing now. And he is. So we'll get a couple more sentries. This pylon's going because there's nothing worse than being supply blocked. And I can expect him to be coming here like now. Hey. So he's not pushing, which is surprising.
Justice be done.
Well, aside from doing what I normally do, and I should always be building probes. Always. I'm going to split them up here a little bit. Whoa, here he comes. Here he comes. Yeah, this is probably game over right here. I might be able to split this up a little bit. Alright, that works. I gotta keep enough of these guys alive to block my ramp when he comes charging up like an idiot. And that's gonna be game. That's game. Yeah, so oh, this guy's got some manners. So a lot of mistakes on that one. I got caught in the middle here, and I should have been paying more attention with my observer over here as he was pushing out. I should have brought them all back here and controlled at the ramp instead of trying to engage out here in this wide open spot. And you know, Zerg has a huge advantage out in the open, especially with mass roaches early on. So that was one of the major problems I had on that one. And you know, you think about these things over, and I think that's why it's really important also to watch your replays. I mean, even just talking about this right now as I'm going through it, I'm not going to leave right now just because this dingbat is being a jerk. I'm going to go ahead and finish talking about this one. So anyway, it's important to control the battle space as Protoss against Zerg. And again, this is one of my hardest matchups. I have the least amount of wins against these guys. For obvious reasons. I mean, again, engaging in the open, especially without Colossi, I just don't recommend you do it. But you have to put pressure on early and often. It didn't pan out quite how I had hoped. I think he was going more of a fast roach. If I were to watch this replay and check out his vision, I'm sure he would have been dumping production into roaches instead of drones. And then I think it's more important to defend and get the advantage that way. I don't know. It's just kind of the impression that I get. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off now. Pretty much said all I need to say about this episode. So guys, thank you so much for watching this. And I really just want to run a probe around this entire map building Nexus just because this guy's an absolute dickwad. But thanks again for watching, and stay tuned for episode 3 of Ragecraft. Thanks guys, have a good night.